I'm going to bring the band down low on my ankle to the front of my ankle. I'm going to step out with the non-banded leg, and then I'm going to step and stomp and put all my weight on the banded leg. I don't want to take my weight off the banded leg and have the band pull me back towards the ring. I'm going to put my hand on my knee, place my free hand down on the ground for support, and I want to try and get as close to a vertical shin as possible. Then I'm going to go small circles to the outside, straight line coming back in. If I feel any spots that feel tight in the ankle, I'm going to stop and I'm going to dig into those spots a little bit more. I'm going to do this for about 45 seconds to a minute. Dig in, find those tight spots, try and break up that fascia layer in there, and be able to work on that dorsiflexion. I'm going to stand, again, all my weight on the banded foot, and then let the foot slide back, and I'm going to do the exact same thing facing away from the anchor point. Again, I'm going to step with the free foot, and then step and stomp with the banded leg. I'm going to try and back leg is straight and off the ground. I'm going to fight for a vertical shin on that front leg. And I'm going to do the same thing. Little circles, and I'm circling out. I don't want the knee to cave in even when I'm working on mobility. So I'm going to go forwards and back, little circles on the ankle. When I find tight spots, I'm going to dig into that tight spot, break up that fascia layer that's in there, and try and free up some of the mobility of the ankle. Again, most of our problems, when we have problems with a squat, most of the time it's a problem with that ankle mobility. Next biggest culprit is going to be the hip. I'm going to take the band and bring it as high up onto my hip as I can. I'm going to walk my hands out, similar to a down dog position for yoga. I'm going to walk the hands out, and I'm going to step and drive with the banded leg, and once again I'm fighting for a vertical shin. Back leg is off the ground, and once again little circles to the outside. Let that hip drop. Try and keep the back leg straight, and then I'm going to take my elbow and go elbow to the instep, reach up to the ceiling, get a little bonus thoracic stretch in there, elbow to the instep, open to the ceiling. Once again, elbow to the instep, open to the ceiling. I'm going to come back into that down dog position. And now I'm going to drive my banded knee up to the same side wrist, and I'm going to get in the top position of my pigeon stretch. I'm going to lengthen that back leg, shoelaces down, foot flat, long straight leg, good tall chest. I'm going to take a big inhale, and then I'm going to exhale down to forearms. Let the band pull the hips back to the anchor point. Should feel a little bit of a burning sensation. Another deep inhale. Exhale down to forehead. If the elbows was all you've got mobility-wise, just go to the elbows. If you've got it in you to come forward down to the forehead, come down to the forehead. If you want to just rest your forehead on your fists, wherever you are in your mobility, go to that point. And again, I want to let the band pull my hips back. Come back up to the hands, good tall chest. Lift the hip up and slide that foot out. Back into down dog. I'm going to walk the hands up, come out of the band. Always a good idea after you stretch to test retest. Instead of doing both legs first, I'm going to, after one leg, I'm going to test and feel the difference between those two hips and the ankles. So I'm going to get into good position for a squat, screw the feet into the ground so the femurs point out, and I'm just going to get a nice, good, tall chest squat and feel the difference in that ankle and hip. After I've done the right side, I'm going to go back in and do the exact same thing to the left side. I'm going to band the left foot. I'm going to step out with the right foot, step and stomp all my weight down on that left foot, and then I'm going to come back to that vertical shin. Back leg does not, the knee doesn't go on the ground. I'm pushing that hip down and forward, and I'm going slow circles to the outside. Then I'm going to go forward and back on those circles. When I find the tight spots, once again, I'm going to dig into those tight spots, break up that fascial layer. I want to keep, I don't want to go up on my toes to do this. I want to keep the entire foot planted down into the ground. Keeping the weight on it, I'm going to slide back, turn and face the anchor point. I'm going to step, stomp, straight leg, vertical shin, hand on the knee, little circles. Circling outside, not letting the knee track inside. When I find those tight spots, I'm going to dig into those tight spots. Stand up, all the weight's on that foot so it doesn't pull me in towards the anchor point, and I'm going to let it slide to the anchor point. Face back out again. Bring the band as high on my hip as I can get it. I'm going to come down into down dog. I'm going to walk the hands forward, step to a vertical shin. Same thing, I'm going to circle outside. Back knee stays off the ground. Drop that hip down, chest up. And then I'm going to take the elbow. Elbow to the instep, bonus stretch on the thoracic. Elbow to the instep, bonus stretch to the thoracic, elbow to the instep. And up. I'm going to walk back up into down dog. And then I'm going to walk out. The left knee is going to come up to the left wrist. Getting in that preparation for pigeon pose. Good tall chest, long back leg. Shoelaces on the ground, foot flat, long leg. Good tall chest, good inhale. Exhale the elbows. Let the band pull me back towards the ring. A few more deep breaths. If this is all you've got, stay here. If you feel like there's a little more, another deep breath, deep inhale, exhale down to forehead. If, after you exhale the forehead, you feel like you've even got a little more, I'm going to dig in the heels of my hands and I'm going to push my hips back towards the anchor point. And back up to elbows. Back up to hands. Curl the toe of the straight leg back under. Lift the hips up. Slide that foot out. Come back up into down dog. Stand up, shake it off, and test, retest. And now feel how good both of those hips and ankles feel. All right, that's today's mobility.